This is a bit of a stinker, but also a bit of a charmer. It is an odd duck of an issue. This is 90s Thor issue 10 by Tom Falcon and Ron Frenz. It has its good bits and it has its bad bits. I think part of the reason they redesigned 90s Thor when he got his own series was so that they would be able to remake all the same hard Jack Quimby covers again. This, of course, is a homage to way back with Thor 126, the first issue of Thor. That is confusing, isn't it? Thor versus Hercules, man. Famously remade by Simon Waltonson with Beta Ray Cyrus in Thor 338, and then remade again by Ron Frenz with Thor 458. And there have been plenty more recreations of it, but those would be the major ones worth mentioning for this. It is 90s Thor versus 90s Thor. And we have some atrocious writing with some armoured truck guards here. It feels like that awful bit in the 2018 Halloween movie, where there is a random scene of two cops we have never seen before in the movie bantering about their sandwiches for about 2 minutes. And it's just there to try and make you think that they are characters before they die. The truck is knocked over by 90s Thor? Huh? It is someone claiming to be Thor that is outfitted like 90s Thor when he was claiming to be Thor. Here is the mini-mate of 90s Thor in all his 90s glory. Meanwhile, at Avengers House, 90s Thor is training with Hercules, man. And if you don't know jack about 90s Thor, he is a complete useless loser. Even in a training session, he is humiliatingly bested. The idea was that by having 90s Thor often lose, it would make him more relatable. It would make him like early Spider-Man, who always had his hollow victories. It happens so routinely and embarrassingly with 90s Thor that it doesn't make him relatable. It makes him pitiful. The Avengers get wind of this Thor imposter who is robbing banks, and even the Avengers treat 90s Thor with contempt. They all act as if he is a fuck-up, and it makes me wonder if they gave him a spot in the team as some sort of special needs thing. I'm doing this a lot lately. If you are reading this alongside Avengers, this slots in between Avengers 379 and 380. And that isn't what Marvel Chronology Project says. I'm not regurgitating stuff from that. I am speaking to you from my own personal experience and insight and research. They incorrectly place this at a point when Vision is actually away from the team. But he's there. Look, you can see him right there on this page. The Vision. He's right there. 90s Thor goes to face this imposter by himself. But the thing is, well, it is 90s Thor. So he gets walked all over by this fake Thor. And then afterwards, the rest of the Avengers show up to basically tell him that he is completely rubbish and he has absolutely no worthwhile qualities as a superhero. Relatable, right? And here is the mini-mate of 90s Thor. I like that we got both versions of him. I said there was some good things about this issue, but I don't remember them. The plot is very okay. It's incredibly Silver Age in the worst way. Our villain is able to evade capture by the Avengers over the course of several robberies. They are just helpless to find them in time, even though one of them is a speedster. Then we have the dreadful public opinion shit, followed by something I didn't understand. 90s Thor is having dinner with his ex-wife and son, and he finds something resembling Thor's magic hammer in the bin. I didn't understand this when I read it. It wasn't until I had to think of what they might be trying to say here that I worked it out. It's not communicated clearly anywhere, but his son is a big Thor fan, and the idea is that he doesn't like Thor anymore due to the bad press that the imposter is given Thor. So the son has thrown out his toy hammer. I think that is the idea, but I had to think about it to even come to that conclusion. Here is one of the good bits though. Alfred is nice to 90s Thor, and he says that he isn't useless. Alfred likes 90s Thor being on the team because he brings a sense of humility. After a bit of a pep talk from Alfred, our counterfeit Thor is again robbing a bank. And now 90s Thor shows up clad in Thor's armour from the Simon Waltonson run. Fun to see that again, I guess. Got a mini-mate of that too. This time, 90s Thor actually wins a fight. And you would think that would be good, but it goes so far in establishing how this Thor pretender is nothing that he just left annoyed that not only did he beat 90s Thor earlier on, but that he made the Avengers look like fools. You see, he doesn't actually have any Thor powers. He doesn't have anything. He has a hammer that shines white light. Don't know how he was able to smash an armoured truck in half at the start, not explained. He's just some nobody who put on a costume and had a prop hammer that temporarily blinded people. One of the most well-known myths about 90s Thor is that writer Tom Falcon once said that the series was outselling both Thor and the Avengers. And I have never found that as hard to believe as others because Thor and the Avengers were not good at the time. But let's also spy what else it was competing with. On sale that month we had Force Works 2, the second issue of the series, which picks up straight after the attention-seeking death of Wonder Man at the end of issue 1. Uncanny Excellent Men 315, a follow-up to Fecal Attractions a year later. Captain America 430, some fun stuff with Dave Edgar Hoover art. I like, but others don't. There's Cables 14. It's not bad. Then we have Seaman 53, which actually has the summary here of Seaman 54 by mistake. So it must have been running late. They must have ran a fill-in at some point. those are the ones I have. Some other notable things include Daredevil, Galactical Guardians Annual 4, and over in Spider-Man's web we have Facade, and they don't even mention Facade here. That's how popular the Facade mystery was. There's this shit, and there's some Spider-Man 2019, Spider-Man 2019 issue 22. Also, Alice Cooper, or as I call him, Goth Steve Carell. First time we have gotten a look at some of what else Marvel had out. Marvel were late comers to listing them in their comics. Right, so yeah, this guy, it's a nobody. We have never seen him before. We don't learn his name. We don't even find out why or how he came to do all of this. Our other good bit is that the real Thor shows up in his painful redesign of the time. Glad to say that we have not had a mini-mate of this atrocity. But we have a nice exchange between the two. They are friends, with Thor being nice to 90s Thor. I don't really recommend it. It's not very good. The plotting and writing is truly terrible in places, but the artwork and some of the bits are good. I'll give it 7 thumbs up because of those.